I'm gonna have to have a confession to make. I've never taught this class before, only the first part, and it's a reason for that. Because I just want, like, I have like a theory how I teach all my classes these days. I rather teach technique, I just give ideas, and a lot of fighting on one spot. And if my theory is correct, then I should be able to teach you something. If not, then my class will be a failure, and it's also fine. Yeah. So, come here, please. Okay, lay down. I saw a lot of things. I saw some things in a good area. I saw a lot of awful things as well. Yeah. So, you see this, yeah? I'm going to give you an example. Come here, please. Please score 4 points in IBJJF.
Sorry?
Please score 4 points.
Score 4 points?
Yeah, quick. Oh, go down. Okay, yeah, maybe if you get the hooks inside, but belly down, please. It's not guaranteed you're going to get those hooks inside, no. Far from. Eh? So what is the quickest way to score 4 points in IBJJF here? Super. Sorry? Easier there. Even easier. Yeah. Yeah. Just sit here. 4 points. You wish. The problem is this. Look, come here, please. Look. So, sit on the back. So what is going to happen? See, now I want you to, this is what all the cops do, by the way, when, well, they do other things, but, so here. So I want you to now, look, so when I say 3, 2, 1, you're going to explode, okay? 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, go back then, please, okay. So, the problem is often this, look, what I want you to do right now is this. So you lay here, yeah, you're going to bring your arms inside, and then explode with the turtle, okay? Yeah. So, well, we can test it, and we're going to show it right away, because in the end...
No, you can.
So if I'm here, look. It's not saying it's impossible to stop that, yeah? But do it, please. Look what often happens. Go for it, please. Boom, and you will keel over. So it's a very bad way to control. And on top of that, look, imagine now for a second, I did get my hooks inside. Give my hooks, please. Here, completely flat. The way to stop it, see, now try to come up, please. I call this the Kate Winslet. Okay, so try to push your hip up, please. It's gonna be hard for him to do so. But you go for the choke. And then your butt comes up, and at the very least, see, I'm gonna have to control. It's gonna be hard to control. So now look, in general, I prefer to put my partners. I don't like to take the back. I take the back if the back is there. But my goal is always to put the 2 shoulders of the partner on the floor if I can. Why is that? Because for a few thousand years, wrestling has been a dominant grapple art, and they decided for all this time it was the best thing to pin someone on both shoulders on the floor. And now jiu-jitsu is like the first art that says no, lay on the back is good. It's not good to lay on your back. It just it's good to learn it and just, well, you don't play guard because good person, you play guard because you have to and because you want to learn from there, yeah? So what I want to do now, look, is this. You're gonna go back to the back, but you're gonna try to do this now. Look, instead of sitting on the back, and which scores you 4 points, I want to do this. Look, I want to go lower. This is what I do in wrestling. You're gonna put your both feet below his shin. See? You're gonna curl your toes, and you're gonna squeeze your knees. Yeah. And it always works better if you do this. You breathe through your nose. You go, and then after you breathe out, you squeeze. And I'm going to talk more about that later. This is like the teaser for tomorrow. Yeah. Now, secondly, from here, look, anytime you can make turtle. Go to turtle, please. Yeah. Yeah. It's more explosive, and you have to. It's like more complexity, and it can explode and start to run away. So I want to keep him here. What is the best way to do that? Well, there is nothing in jiu-jitsu is ever fixed except the submission. Then the fight is over. With everything that's not a submission, there's always going to be slightly dynamic. So what you do is this: look, you're going to put your shoulders, your chest on his back, and you're going to bring your arms close to his elbows. Okay? Spread your arms completely out, please. Yeah. Here. So now, here I'm going to squeeze as hard as I can. Maybe even put pressure on my chin, close my knees, and put pressure. Now, here you're gonna mirror his motion. So what does this mean? Look, anytime your partner starts to bring his shoulders up, see? Bring your shoulders up, please. Yeah. I can stop that by, go back, please. Yeah. By, how do you call this in yoga, this motion? Sorry? Downward facing dog, yeah? And his motion is an upward facing dog. So they're opposites. So what happens, look, I'm gonna try to do a downward facing dog. Yeah? So when you do you put your chest up, see? I'm gonna start, go over it please. Start to push my chest down. Can you get up? No. Yes you can, but it's gonna just require some effort. So my elbows hook close to his elbows, he pushes himself up, and I'm gonna push down, great, go back down please. And anytime he starts to push his hip up, see, I start to push my hip down. So a few fixes, yeah? So first off, I want you to know, like, look, you can even start it like that. next try to start literally like this. Put your both feet below his feet. The more you get to the lever, the better. Then you're gonna put your knees next to his knees and you squeeze them. It's not always gonna be perfect, yeah? And if your partner is tall and can really not get there, it's also okay to block the elbows. It's less good, but it's the way it is. So the whole sequence, what this taught me mostly is how to put pressure, and also this, so as a consequence, not directly, is if you want to have strong, like, a very thing that I learned to this is like with grips, either you put your hand, either take a grip they cannot break, or you put your hand in a spot where they cannot grip fight. Understand that? So if I rush, for example, for the choke, here, you can grip fight me with both hands. And here, no matter what I do, it will be very hard for me to keep his back, because I will never be able to get that hand back almost. Yeah? But if I hide my hand here, if you try to catch my hand now, it's very, very hard. So now, I just said to you, put your hands here, but you could be there, you could be there. There is many ways, yes? So if I'm here, so bring your shoulders up, please. And I can make kind of that annoying for you. Yeah? And bring your hip up. Yeah. Okay. Also not possible anymore. What options are left for your partner to do? What else can he do? Yeah, he can try to roll on the spot. Yeah, try to roll, please. Yeah, roll. Well, look, rolling is actually good what you did, but rolling is kind of hard like that. So roll like a sausage. Yeah, which actually shouldn't even exist in jiu-jitsu. Yeah? So and then the other options is actually this. You're gonna make, I don't know how you call this, but it's like a lateral crunch with your obliques. Charles said this about, how you call this, like the...
In aeronautics it's the yaw motion.
The yaw, okay, so like this, okay? And even so, look, you can combine this with going up and doing it, or going down. Now, just for this, the escape out of this position is actually an inversion. How do you do an inversion? So if you're here, I want you to just simply put your nose in your butthole. So you're here, bring your nose to your butt, and you imagine you're gonna do this. You will not get there, but that's no, but it's you have to know where you try to get, and then you get stuck on halfway through. Yeah. So if I'm here, look, so you try to go for it, please. Yeah. So you can go. Yeah, exactly. Now move your ass less. Put your nose to your butt, and eventually keep going, keep going, keep going. See, we might end up if I'm merciful, we might end up in a complete stack. See, or I can stop it before we get there. Come back, please. Okay. So we're here. And so now this time, yeah, I want you to really think about what you do with your arms, yes? So you could start by bringing your arm, this one, all the way there. So this before you brought it underneath, yes? But go back. That should not be possible because I'm blocking it here. So I'm going to follow that, yeah? Now, if you just roll to your back here, lay on your back, this is actually an improved version of the mount. Like, my theory is that if IBJJF would not exist and would not be giving points, then side control and mount should be way rarer than it is right now. This is 4 points, yes? But less control. And these are all the wrestle rights where they control the legs. Yeah? This is way better. And interestingly, Khabib is how he fights. So recently, I don't try to pass the guard anymore. I try to submit without passing the guard, and sometimes by accident I pass the guard. And this is competition, then you have to pass the guard just a little bit. Yeah. So you go back, please. Look, so you make the motion alone. So you start to go sideways. Go. Yeah. And start to come closer. Look. Great. See. And now look, I'm gonna be nice. I'm just gonna prop myself a bit up. And you try to go, please. Good. See. Keep going. See. Beautiful. See. And that's a right. And look, it's a crap. Well, the crap right. Go back down, please. Or maybe it's not, and I don't care. So then you can start by playing with these arms. See, try to go again, please. Now imagine if you're all the way here, you can catch your shoulder. Keep going, please. And now I can stop this rotation by counter rotating. That's gonna be the next step we're gonna play with. So start by the inversion, and then the choke there, and then everything else I will show in the next part, okay? So the bottom player, you start to mess around a little bit. That person on top, your focus should be right now to immobilize a partner, yes? When I want to submit someone, look at it like this, look. Imagine I fight with a taller or small guy, doesn't matter. The way I fight is always I try to immobilize my partner and not make him move at all. Oh, that's stalling. Well, some people consider it stalling. I don't, because I try to keep him tight. And I'm always doing some, always adding more pressure. So is that stalling? Well, no, because I'm trying to make it more tight and make it more uncomfortable. And what does a person do when he's uncomfortable? sorry?
Mistakes.
Sometimes not mistakes, something's good, but he moves, and when he moves, you move around your partner. And coincidentally, it's always through moving your partner against his will you create injuries and you create escapes. So if you move and submissions happen in transitions. So by getting tight and squeezing, you make it more uncomfortable, which will make your partner move. You'll make it safer because you're not moving himself. Yes, and your transitions become slower, which gives you more time to go for the transition. And at the same time, well, it's everything together. I believe that's what Rickson calls connection when you call it. Okay? Now, you're gonna be on top, and you're gonna start. You put it on top, you're gonna squeeze. Yeah? You can add pressure by putting pressure on your chin, squeeze harder, squeeze tighter. Yeah? And you try to move, and the person on top try to stay and either stop it or try to allow the motion to the point where you like it. Yes? And imagine this, it's much like learning to stand on a circus ball. You know those big round balls? It's actually super easy in theory. Yeah? Just stay on top of the ball, put your weight in the middle, and then you fall off. And then your coach yells, no, you idiot or whatever. I said, put your weight in the middle. And I know, but it's hard to do. Yeah? So basically what your coach is doing is kicking the ball away every time. So in the end, right now be the partner, it's slow, move around slowly, and allow your partner on top to just keep his weight in the middle all the time. Understand? So play with that, go. So I have to talk more about the hands right now, look. So make myself completely open, yeah? So I have to talk more about the hands right now, look. So, did you ever have the feeling that you were always one step too late when you do jiu-jitsu? Ever had that feeling? Yeah? Everybody, yes? Well, and it's actually it's like a cheat code. Look, you're supposed to be too late. If you move first, you're always going to be late. If you wait for his motion, you're always on time. Look, so how can I explain? Look, I want to catch that hand. So. Okay, I got it. Now, no, this time, go back. Now move your hand away. So this time faster, yeah? Go. See, and you're always one step behind. Yeah? But if you just connect and wait and squeeze, see here, so I always take a breather, like, and then put pressure on everything. Look, he's going to try to move. Look, and I'm going to follow his hands. Sorry, his elbows. So now bring your elbows back where they came from, please. Not allowed. Okay? Unless he really explosively, forcefully does so. There are, like, the silverback are really not going to stop. But then they have the advantage that he make himself more tired than he need to. Okay, maybe you start completely from scratch and you build up again. So I don't have a problem. Like usually when I fight, I don't have a problem to get swept. Like imagine it's like a submission only fight and your defense is super good and you're almost close to the finish. Bumps you off. Okay, no worries. You can start again, build from scratch all the way up. My belief is there is no bad positions. There's positions where you know what to do and you don't know what to do. Yeah. And what is the difference between offense and defense? So look. People often say, defense, you're trying to survive, you're trying not to lose, and offense, you're trying to win. But it's not really true. There is survival, defense, and offense. Yeah? So when someone is on my back trying to choke me, and I'm trying not to let that happen, and I'm playing his game, that's called survival, trying to keep the status quo. Yes? But if I'm in mount, and the person is trying to escape, and I'm trying to keep a position, it's all survival. I'm also trying to keep the status quo. Agreed? So survival doesn't matter. It can be offense, it can be in a good spot and in a bad spot. Secondly, if you're defending, what are you trying to do? You're trying to go from a bad spot gradually to a better spot. And if you're doing offense, what are you trying to do? You're trying to go from a great spot to an even better spot. So the only difference is what is a good spot and what's a bad spot, and that depends entirely on you. Yeah? And sometimes when I start to roll, and again it comes to breathing, I shake the hand sometimes, and the first thing the person does, grab my gi, like start to breathe like that. So then I know, okay, apparently you're not happy there. And what I do then often is, okay, I lay on my back and I give the mount, and I ask, hey, you sure you're winning? Because why are you breathing like that? I'm losing here. And I keep doing this. So in the past, when a beginner who's come into class, many years ago, the idea was always, let's smash him and let's show him it works. Now when an aggressive person comes in the gym, I play this game. I let them mount me and I, man, you sure you're winning? And I put the timer out and gradually build, and then when I'm finally in my mount and I stop, I'm tired. No, you're gonna stay a little bit longer. Yeah? So that's how you fix spazziness in one class. Okay, so here. So we continue here, look. So what can happen? Look. So here, he can bring his arms up. They usually will, because he wants to bring his elbows below his chest. Once his elbows are below his chest, he wants to use this as a prop to push his hip backwards. Yeah? And I can connect my hips still and make that slower. Keep going, please. Like squeezing my knees, and only here can you start to push your shoulders up, and now I start to get into trouble. Yeah, I teach a lot of kids in my gym recently, and I really suffer teaching techniques because kids find it boring. Yes, so what I do with the kids right now, I'm only teaching posture, and so I'm just going to give you a whole talk. Does anyone teach kids in the group here? Yeah? And again, I'm going to refer to yoga, because yoga is jiu-jitsu without a partner. It's how to move yourself as economically as possible without a partner. Yeah. So with the kids, what I did, I noticed that they always have like bad stances. Okay. So what I did first, I want to teach them, like in the basic, the default position to fight stand-up should be this, like a squat. You try to teach a kid a squat. Well, just do this and they will do it perfectly, but squat they cannot do it on command. So put them with the face against the wall, then do this a bit. Now the arch in the back is fine, and then a bit more, and then go here. Yeah. So I call this with the kids I call this the gorilla pose. Gorilla, and this is the bear. And no matter how bad or how shitty the position gets, and they just scramble, bear, 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 and they get out, and they go, at least they always have a fresh start. Yeah? So, and what is the sequence is this, look. So this is called the dead fish, or whatever. Dead fish, you have to fight for the cold fish, you're cold here. Yeah? Then from the cold fish, you push up to turtle, here. From turtle, you put your hands on the floor, you go to the puppy. So the puppy jiggles the tail, okay? From puppy, toes in the mat, you go to table. Table this is the hardest one to teach, yeah? From table you have two options. Well, you can go back where we came from. You can do we call this the big dog. Only difference is in yoga, you put the heels on the floor. With jiu-jitsu I recommend not to do it because you can bump them over. Yeah. And then otherwise you can go to panda, and in panda you do the limbo, that's the hip heist, you get the hip out. Yeah. So basically what I'm always doing with the kids is, okay, panda, big dog, table, and then you just have to shout those commands and the posture becomes magically correct in 1 week. Okay, so what are you going to do now here? You're going to connect to your partner, and your partner can always choose. You can use to move in this plane or in the sideways plane, usually to get out. One vector is never going to work. So, for example, push your hip backwards, push your hip up. That never worked, but do the yaw, it's called, go a bit sideways, and now push your hip up, and now it works better. See, because you move in two vectors. What I really did the last 2 years, jiu-jitsu, I believe jiu-jitsu is just about getting your hands in spots where they cannot access them, about rotation and counter rotation. So what does this mean? Look, you put your pressure, you start to rotate to one side. If I go with your rotation, keep going, I will lose my position. So what I gotta do, I gotta connect here, track his arms, see, without even grabbing, and when he starts to go in, see, I look over my shoulder, see, and I counter rotate, squeeze my knees. Maybe I keep going please, maybe I get the neck here, put my pressure forward, keep going please, I can go all the way here. Move please, try to get out. Okay, go the other side. I can try to stop that, or I can try to keep going, the other side, keep going. No, on the inside, yeah. Keep going. See? So this fixes everything if you start to do that. And then the pass and everything just becomes a choice, okay? So you're not gonna master this in one class, but live with the idea for a while. And do a lot of position rolling from there, and I swear it will fix it. It will really fix your passing, your submissions, it fixes everything. Okay? So now I'm going to give you 5 minutes to experiment and play with that. Okay? And then we go to the next step. Can I always stop every person from getting up? No, I can always try to slow him down. That's the only thing. My goal is always to balance on the circus ball, to keep my weight exactly in the middle. And look, now you're comfortable, yes? And if I do and squeeze, you're still comfortable, but you feel a difference or not?
It's tighter.
Yeah, it's tighter, exactly. And so now you're slowed down. And jiu-jitsu also becomes safer. Yeah. So look. So yeah.
Do you generally aim for the back of the knee or down by the feet? Like, what's your usual
Well, I want
preference?
to go to close to the knees. I want to close to the knee. I want my knees around the knees and my feet around the feet. Yeah?
Okay.
Because anytime I'm too high, look, I'm gonna get, even if you get the perfect rear naked and completely high, they just bump you off. So if you're like a giant, you probably want to control him here. Yeah. So what can be? So sometimes, look. So let's now go a step back. Look, imagine you didn't control this part yet. So he's now going to go to turtle. Go to turtle, please. See? Go to turtle. No, full turtle. Push. See? I can squeeze and I can connect his back still. So now try to stand up. See? Try. No. I want you to stand up in a straight vector. So listen to me what I'm saying. Okay,
yeah.
I'm going to push you. So you're gonna, this is the pattern. So you're here, you go from your dead fish to cold fish, then push back, go to turtle, go to puppy, see, toes on the mat, walk back, this we call the frog. Then from frog you go to gorilla here, and you stand up. So it's like just what I say with the kids, but okay. Anyway, so you're gonna go in a straight line, and a straight line is super easy to stop. So try to go for it, please. Yeah. So this I can kind of stop, squeeze my knees, keep pushing backwards, please. Okay, keep pressure. Good, good, good. Just keep my weight forward. Yeah. Till the edge over here. Look, now eventually, yeah, you cannot go further. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm just gonna stay where I am. I'm not gonna react now. Now, please keep your pressure backwards and rotate. So a rotation is actually a windshield wiper. So this is the thing, like what I do in my gym right now, just give ideas and correct the basic motion mechanics. What you always should aim for is like have like perfect body mechanics. Where do you get perfect body mechanics? In the yoga class and in jiu-jitsu, and bottom up and top down basically. So basically what you want to do is you go back, see, and then if you want to make a rotation, it's one here and rotate. Everybody believes like windshield wiper is just this. Not everybody, but like often, see, if I do this, okay. Anytime I put my foot up and I do this, I'm out of balance. So slightly better is to do this. Yeah? But if you want to be, now I'm out of balance, so what you should do with your windshield wiper is ass up, wiper, and look at this foot. You go make a full rotation. See, here. You can, you're gonna feel the difference right well, if you, go back please. You go on my back. Yeah. So connect. So you gave me my arms, I start to build space, and now keep pressing on your chest please. Yeah, your chest. Yeah, good. I cannot go more backwards, look what I do. Wiper, and then it always works. Okay? So what I did? Yeah. The problem with what I teach is also, I can only show it, like how it mirrors if both of you know the perfect motion. Yeah? So I can make you aware, and then you do it by yourself. Yeah? So very slowly go back. Go, push backwards, I squeeze my knees, I try to connect. So now open this foot a little bit, yeah. Rotate your knee to the floor, but open this foot as well. And I start to fall off. You can access my feet here, yeah. You can start to sit on panda, you can start to do all the back defense stuff, that works. But now look, I'm gonna mirror his motion, counter rotation. So here, go for it slowly please, as he starts to go up. So he starts to open his foot here. I want to open your foot, okay, let's open it. Keep going, and just counter the rotation. Put your foot completely up, wipe your foot open. Maybe I was late. I can still adapt my pressure. See? Maybe he puts his leg out, he wants to go to panda. Go for it. I'm still in his leg. See, I'm always controlling it. You understand? If you now come from the other side, make a turtle please. What I like to do is like sometimes there's a problem to do with the legs. So you can also start from here now. Turn please to me please. So put your S here. Turtle. Yeah. Turn it sideways. Yeah. You can put your feet below his feet. It's a very good control because look, here you can start to break the turtle down right away. Yeah? And he starts to move. Look in my eyes, please. You turn sideways. You feel how you can compress those legs right away. The only thing I cannot do is put my weight away. So make a circle around and now he's out. I don't know if this is a crap ride or not. I don't really care. It was clickbait and you clicked. Good. So, okay. Go back down. So play with play with this part, yeah? Again, one time, the correct windshield wiper is here, you go up. Can be with hands on the floor. You do one, see? And I do actually two legs. One, and then from here, twist. Go completely all the way down. Oh, look, this is the long step pass. All the mechanics make more sense if you do the motion correct. Okay, right. I got the question. What is your name, please?
Martin.
Martin asked me, how do we get there? Come here, look. Doesn't matter where you start or where you begin. Look, you're just laying down. Oh, it can be still your butt. Your butt. Look. We're here, okay? What can I do? Okay, boom. You connect. You be tight. So this concept also works from here. He starts to move, try to move pretty good. And that normally every move he makes should allow to get somewhere. Now, what are the mistakes that I make? Look here. So try slowly go to single leg X with this side. Try to lift me up here. If my balance goes off, well, whatever happens, then it happens, yes? If my balance is off, but if I manage to stay connected, which is pretty hard in this spot maybe, what is that, here? If I stay connected and tight, lift me up please, see here, then that doesn't happen. So it's always like you putting your weight in the wrong spot. And if you're like a pudding and you push, yeah, everything will be weird a little bit. Yeah? So remember that. You have to think like every time. Often when I roll and it's when I roll with people, they start to and move all the time. And you're a little bit like a dog running behind the stick. You will never get the stick. Sometimes you get the stick for a second and take your stick away and throw it away again. Yeah? Or you're the kid in school, kid here, kid there, and take your basketball, and take your cap, and they keep throwing your cap up and over. You keep running behind that cap. Yeah? So really what I'm saying is, look, I can be here, and maybe I got lucky, and you explode, you got up. Okay, good, you start attacking me, good. And I defend, and I use the same concept of being tight and connecting, and so you come close, what you will do here, counter rotate. Because what everybody usually do is go away, but then they step over. So by counter rotating, you break all the patterns that people usually do. So here, don't move, stay here. Good example. So put your shoulder in, please. You were here. No, put your shoulder up. It's a good example. Yeah? So what will be the most natural reaction here is like, oh shit. Counter rotates and I'm stuck. Go back, put your pressure. Now you rotate here, okay? I'm gonna counter rotate. So don't move, don't move. What is the most common thing here for them to do? I knew you're going to do it. I can tell you what you're going to do before you do it. You're going to walk to the center. And then people say, oh no, mount. And exactly that's what will get you mounted because you panic. So go back. So you're going to mount me. I'll mount. Okay, let's mount. Charlotte is very good in this. I've never managed. I've been there, but not passed. to be here. Then go in mount again. Look. Okay, you put pressure. Eventually, wait 1 second please, because I'm trying to explain. Wait. I cannot walk and talk at the same time. With a little bit of pressure, look. So, if you cannot access my hand and you stay there, gradually my hands will get tired. And then little by little you can start to eat me, yes? But go back. But if you're not patient, you put some pressure, you go to my back. Yeah? What will, if you follow the dogma of jiu-jitsu, they say, never expose your back. Go to my back, please. And that's what gives you the mount. But go back. But now, go to my back. You go to my back, okay. Did you get my back? Well, you saw my back, but you still have to fight to progress. Yeah? The only downside is, in my BJF, they will give you 1 point, and then they stall forever, and then you lose. Or you do the opposite, you stay on top, you give you stalling also because you're in a dominant position. Yeah? So, but for me the default of jiu-jitsu should be my 20-year younger self will slap me if he hear this, but the default should be no gi, submission only, I think. Because it's a bit foolish that we need a tool. Yeah? I still roll gi because it's fun and it's probably some other advantages, but basically we roll gi. Why? Because we're simulating clothes from medieval Japan. That's what we're doing. Yeah? So, and this is closer to clothing we wear today on the street. But this being said, it's there, probably has tactical advantages, so we keep doing it. But when you do techniques, like for sure the no-gi also, and when you roll, imagine you want to keep your opponent forever, you have time forever to perfect your technique. Once it's perfect, what you do then? You on the circus ball, you start to shake the circus ball a bit, hey, go a bit faster, go a bit faster, go a bit faster. To the point where you say, I'm the one on top, and you're on bottom, and I'm fighting on IBJJF, and I am 2 points behind, and I have to submit him quickly. Understand? And that will, and then gradually, then the two you go bottom up and top down, it always fixes everything. Yeah. So now, go back please here. Let's go a bit more in the sequence. Yeah. So, 2 things I have to mention because time is running out. When I'm here, so you try to invert. What you get usually is here. You get the shoulder very often. If he manages to bring his butt higher and head inside, I will lose the show, but I can control the head. See, what will I do? I will pull you inside. What will you do here? Okay, good. I can still touch forever. They will bring the head out. Now you won the battle slightly, but I'm still crowding you. I'm still on top. Life is good. Yeah. Go back down. Anytime you bring your head into without raising your hip up, and I get my grip here. See, then I can start. So you bring your head towards me. I'm gonna go put my pressure forward and counter rotate. This is by far my favorite submission jiu-jitsu this. I think it's better control than mount and better control in the back. And if I get this, 9 times of 10 I finish. But you rush and the guy turns with you, and now you lose a choke. So you have to try to stay on top. Yeah? So now, prep ride. I should actually call this class the inverted prep ride. That's funny because stand up, look, the crab ride is actually, lay your back please. This is actually what I think what usually is called the crab ride, yeah? So you're inverted and it's a normal crab ride. So if you say inverted crab ride, then the earth is normal again, yeah? So how do you have to understand this? Look, so you're gonna bring your head inside. Remember, you have those chokes here, and he manages all the way to get to the center. Go. So to this. Go, bring your head in the center. Yeah, good. Once we're in the center, and you can keep your weight here, exactly in the middle. Not all people have access to that, because some have neck problems. I'm gonna stick so you can start. See, there's a new starting spot. Okay. You try. So what are you gonna do here? Well, usually you're gonna bring your head out on one side. Bring your head out, get the shoulder. You're in the same system again from before, back and forth. Now, funny is this, look, whenever you start to be here, this battle becomes from here, then it starts to bring me over. Wait, stay in the middle, There's usually going to be some rotation, but if I bring my weight too much forward, you push me forward, please. Yeah, here, that's when you start the crab ride. Go back. Now, I want you to not move too much, I just want you to do a little bit, move forward. So now what I want you to do is, you start here, feet there, I hook, connect my knees, put my chest on your back, don't move, okay? And I'm gonna go a little bit forward, see? And just get a little bit space back. And now we start to be in the crab ride. If I rush, you get all the space you need to move again. Yeah? So ultimately, what you have to see is that the crab ride is a stack. You're here, you're pushing him backwards. Yeah? So here, perfect spot. I wait till he gives me his head. I go slightly forward, and to the point where I start to fall. And now I can stay here if I like. Anytime, look, you start to push me away, please. No, so I want you just to push it, to do this. Okay. So my rotation always will beat the straight vector. Now you're here, so to push me, please, push. That will just straight push. In theory, you can get inside like that. Then again. And every time you start to go on bottom, see, and you start to push just a little bit, freeze, yeah? You can get access of the hip, you dive in, get the knee. And now look, the most common mistake that I made forever, yeah, is every time you're here, you start to chase the back, you give him space, and he can start to move and you give him top. Yeah? So the actual crab ride, go to back here. Put your head in the middle, yeah? You put your head backward. You go to this spot here, so lean a little bit over. You go with your hand to the hip. I always take my right side here, and I control the knee. And now from here, I try to pressure him. See, I try to keep the stack. And anytime now, see, the back take is impossible here at this point. And see, when you start to push me away, see, I can sort of stay connected. See, anytime you lift your hip up, hip which is not listen. Go back, right? Don't explode. Right? Just slowly put your head on the floor, please. No, stay in the middle. Just lift your hip in the air. When you start to lift your hip up, see, that's when you can start getting access more. And you bring your shoulders up. Shoulders up, that's your butt. That's when you get access over the back for free. But if he doesn't do that, and it's weird for him to do that, then you will not get that. See? So it really, that's what I'm saying. Like it's
not natural.
The only time when this will happen is in competition, when there is threat for 2 points, and the guy really wants to stay on top, and then it happens. And otherwise, like a very tight scramble, you'll almost never win. You understand? So start to see the crab ride. Again, see, as a reverse stack. Put your head in the middle. That's good. Put my feet here. You can be more in the knees a little bit right now. See, I go over. Control the hip, head on the floor, put my hand as far as possible, connect here, and I keep my pressure, see? And from here, see, if you try to turn to your belly, for example, see, then here is where back takes, or passes, or whatever you get, become easy. So my mistake with the crab ride for years was that I saw the crab ride as a back take. No, the crab ride is a connection, where there is a back take, where there is a pass, where there is a sweep, and ultimately just a form of connection where you control the partner. Understand? So this is the last part of what I was going to teach. So just play with this a little bit more, and we can do questions or not. Put your feet, please. A few things. Give me your feet. So first off, okay, it's so uncomfortable here. I will tap right away from the stack. Oh, great. You found a submission. Great. But also remember this. This will never happen. This over here. This only happens if the person on top, on bottom really wants it. For example, if your head is out, freeze, and now you bring your head inside, no, don't go, when I teach, don't make your motions too big, okay? Make small motions. So you're here, your head is a bit out, but if you're here, don't move, bring your head back inside. Yeah, that's suicide. Okay, don't do that. Try always, you don't want to be in the center. Just to remember, look, all these spots, give me a mount for example. Come here, a regular mount. This also never happens. Never happens. What happens is like 3, 2, 1, fight, boom, this happens. And then, but never really neutral. But it's interesting to start from neutral because we can right away feel what's about to happen. Interesting, look, when I teach boxing, look, stand up. I have many examples, but when I teach boxing, look, usually teaching beginners, by standing like, take a stance. It takes ages to teach people to do this. Because they start to lift your heel up. So this is a complex motion to make. So what I usually do when I teach beginners boxing, I put them in squat, and then left, right, go as far as you can. Oh, you cannot get further. See, now you step a little bit, and now it magically works. See? So by going from neutral, it works way better. Which is going to be my takedown class is going to be about that also. With the kids, I saw like miracles. They stand here, all have like stupid posture, and all of a sudden the posture is fixed if you fix your like minimal squat. Yeah. Go back one time, please. Okay. So if you see it more like this, come back. This is like the ideal you will never reach. But what will happen is degrees of this. So how do you drill? Okay. Please bring your head a bit out, please. Okay. Go more. And now we can start to fight from here. Relax. Or maybe, look, this is the easy part here on top. Anytime I go to bottom, see? And it's when it starts to get harder. Now it's gone. If you put your ass on the floor, right, then it's a smash pass. If you want to keep it interesting, just stay here. Yeah? And then what I have to do, if I just don't move, I'm gonna chase your back, but don't move. Look how far it is for you to get to that back. I will never get there. So what I have to do is put pressure here, see, and kind of bait you to turn to your belly. Turn to your belly. Now the back comes there. But why would I want the back? I can as well try to do this. When do you put your hooks? When he gives it, for example, if he stretches his leg out, maybe then the hook comes inside. But in usual situations, legs behind is better. Inside positioning is safer. Well, this is, yeah, that's a weird thing. Put your butt on the floor. Turn around. Turn around. Yeah. But this is inside or outside?
Inside.
This is outside positioning. And it's true, huh? If you see butterfly, this is inside positioning. This is outside positioning.
Yeah.
If you flip it over here to the back, so this is inside positioning and outside. And I just realized something. I had like a seminar with Flavio Bering, a red belt, many years ago. And he gave a back defense class. And he said that him and Helio Gracie, they said that they used to train back takes. Always, this was a standard back control. They never did that. So when you're here, stretch your legs. That's when your leg can flop in. But not really this. This is the worst thing to do, to be honest. You want to be kind of like this maybe, connect to the knees. You feel the difference? Always that knee connection. Bring it full circle, close guard, from your knees. Close guard. Same thing here. If you take close guard and you start putting pressure forward, you want to close those knees and keep a distance. Okay? So that's the full story.